Right, standing tall, knees and feet forward. So come approximately hip width apart. You can pop your hands onto the hips. Draw your shoulders back and down. Maybe just soften and bend in your knees and then slight tack from here, so just a slight scoop. You can squeeze your glutes a little bit and then pull and draw your ribs towards the back of the body. Drawing and pulling your ribs in. So creating a little bit more stability through the back of the body. Rolling your shoulders back and down. Letting your arms come down. And then drawing we're just doing a couple of shoulder rolls from here, so we can bring your shoulder way back and all the way down. And then keeping all these areas contracted and in. Just take a couple of breaths into your rib cage. And then just trying to continue breath just around your rib cage. So front, side and back of the rib cage. So when we inhale, just only trying to move your breath into the ribs, into the area around your chest and the rib cage, and exhale. And the same maybe with your hands on by the sides. Again, we inhale and we exhale. And then maybe moving your hands to the back of the body, maybe not. So if you can feel anything there, so breathe into it. Otherwise, you'll feel it a little bit more on the mat. Okay, so just try not to breathe into the tummy, and then when you breathe in, try not to lift and elevate your shoulders. Draw your shoulders back. Again, finding that nice and neutral stance. And then we send your arms up on the next in-breath. On the next out-breath, bend to soften your knees, and then we start to slowly roll down again, vertebra at a time. And then you can stay there. You can just gently let your torso sway from side to side. Oh, that's my puppy, fully awake. And then you can pop your hands onto the ball, bend your knees. And then just rolling the ball forward, and then just maybe hold it here for a little bit longer, stretching through the spine. And then slowly rolling the ball back. So we're going to do it one more time. Slowly roll it forward. And then slowly rolling it back. And then we roll the ball onto the right side here. So the right side, the right little toe. And then we roll it over to the left little toe. And then slowly moving it back to the center, and then starting to slowly unfold again, vertebra at a time. And then you can go a little bit wider, tucking the tailbone under, rolling shoulders back and down, so you can fold the arms here, and then we pivot onto the ball of the left foot. And then you can take a full twist if you want to, over to the right and center, and then left, center. You can make them slightly faster or dynamic. You can make them slightly more controlled. So again, just whichever works for you. Just bringing in a little bit of movement, and then just waking up your spine just a little bit more. Add a couple more. Good. And then slowly releasing the arms down, and then you can either heel toe your feet back to the center or step them back. Draw your shoulders, tuck your tailbone under, send your arms up on the next in-breath, on the next out-breath. Sending them over to the right, pushing through the left heel, hugging into the right midline, and then just releasing your right arm down, and then just creating a little bit more stretch coming from the left side of the body. At the same time, try not to lose the length on the right side here. And then inhale as we bring your arms up, exhale, arms over to the left. Left arm down, and again hug into the midline. A little bit more length coming from the right side. Try not to lose the length from the left. Inhale slowly, sending both arms up. And then draw your shoulders back and down, tucking the tailbone under. Maybe try and send your arms slightly more towards the back of the mat without any movement coming from the spine. And then bringing them back to where they were. And again, slightly back. Inhale, exhale, and two more. Inhale, and exhale, and one more. Inhale, and exhale, and then slowly releasing your arms down, and again a couple of shoulder rolls. But bring your hands onto the rib cage, and then you can keep them there. So we're gonna come into small tiny twists. So just your upper body, imagine there's nothing there, so everything below the belly button is not moving. So we exhale and inhale, so you're basically trying to isolate your upper body from the lower body. By all means, if you feel quite nice and aligned around the pelvis, you can fold the arms and then you can go from there. But if you do need to feel where you're going, just keep your hands on the ribs and then just little movements from here. Good, and then slowly release, and then releasing your arms down, and then we come into a little squat from here. So bending your knees, having that little gap between the legs, between the feet, arms out in front of you, rolling your shoulders back and down, and then we send your arms towards the back of the mat, squeeze into the shoulder blades, and then on the next inhale, we send your arms up, straighten up the legs, reaching up without lifting the shoulders, and again we exhale, and inhale, and again we exhale and inhale. It's very suspiciously quiet there. And again exhale and inhale. Good, and two more. Exhale and inhale, and one more. Exhale, inhale, and then slowly releasing your arms down. A couple of shoulder rolls from here, and then you can just maybe move your head a little bit from side to side. So just creating a little bit movement between your ears and the shoulders. Good, and from here we bring your hands behind your head or temples, or even in front of the head. Squeeze into the shoulder blades, and then we exhale, bending your knees, and then trying to bring your elbows in. So just slightly rounding your spine. And then on the next inhale, coming back into neutral and bringing your spine into a little bit over back extension here. So just tiny back extension, not too much. And then again, we exhale, round your spine, elbows in. Good, and inhale. Slight back extension here. And two more. Exhale. Good, and inhale. And one more. Exhale. And inhale. And then slowly coming back into neutral, releasing your arms down, draw your shoulders back and down. And from here, you can just roll onto the ball of the right foot a few times. So if you pop your hands onto the hips here, and then just make sure that you're not hiking up, okay? So when you roll onto the ball of the right foot, your hip stays down. We'll bring your heel down, your hip stays down. We do 3 more times, just the foot, up, and down, up, down. Squeeze your glutes, tuck your tailbone under. We can gut, blah, blah, blah. We can add the arm. So we can bring your left arm up, and then as you roll onto the ball of the foot, we tap across, and then we lengthen. Option is to lift your foot, and then lengthen from here. So just making sure that you're not hiking up as you lift. So we exhale and inhale. So you have 2 options: keeping your foot on the mat, keeping your foot off the mat. So just please use it. Maybe just alternate between having your foot on the mat and having your foot off the mat if you feel you need a little bit more stability. And lengthen. Good, and 4 and 3, 2, good, and 1. And then slowly releasing your arms down, and then just give them a little bit of a shake, the feet and the arms. Do the same on the other side, so hands on hips, and then just rolling onto the ball of the left foot on 4 and 3, just your foot, and 2, still maintaining the same stability and strength around your core, and 1. And then we can add your arm, so you can tap across, and lengthen, or we can elevate your foot and then lengthen. And again, exhale and inhale. Exhale, inhale. Or again, the option is here, so just tap across even if it's your hip and not your leg, and lengthen. 4 more. 4 and 3. Good. And a 2 and a 1. And then slowly release it down. Good. And then shoulders back again, tailbone under, zip, rolling onto the ball of the right foot, drop that hip. And then we're gonna go out with the right knee, out with the left arm. Okay, so external rotating your right knee and sending your left arm towards the back of the mat and back. So try not to do any salsa dancing from here. So nice strong hips, zip, squeeze, out and in. If you need to have both hands here, have both hands. If it's accessible to do it with one arm out, do it with one arm out. So keeping everything nice and strong, and then we inhale and exhale. Good, and inhale and exhale. Squeeze into the shoulder blades and exhale. And if you muscle out, exhale. 3 and exhale. 2 and exhale. Last one. You don't need to do the arm, you can just do the leg, okay? And then just give them a shake, and then maybe doing the same. Maybe just start off with the legs, so drop that hip. Make sure your pelvis is level, and then it's just like an out and in. Depending on how open you are here, it doesn't need to be a full-on external rotation, just a little bit, yeah, just a little tiny movement. And then again, if you wish to add the arm, we can. If we wish not to add the arm, we don't have to. And inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Good. And again, inhale, exhale. 4 more. 4 and exhale. 3 and exhale. 2. Good, and 1. And then slowly releasing your arms. And again, I'm going to send your arms all the way up. On the next exhale, starting to slowly roll down. Again, vertebra, vertebra, vertebra at a time. Just letting your arms sway, maybe hugging your elbows, maybe just having a little bit of a shaking in here. Just whichever works for you. And then slowly rolling back up, sending your arms back up. And then slowly releasing your arms down, give them a shake. And then we're going to come down onto your mat. And if you wish to use the ball behind your spine, you can. If you don't want to use the ball behind your spine, you don't have to. Knees and feet forward. Shoulders back and down. Zip. Sending the arms out in front of you, and then just a few usual warm-up roll downs. So we exhale, rolling of the sitting bones. So from the top of the sitting bones, we exhale, scoop, keeping the shoulders down, and inhale, slowly coming back into neutral. And again, exhale, and inhale. If you wish to use a ball, and if you don't particularly need a ball there, the option is to have the ball between the legs, and then as we exhale we can squeeze the ball. As we inhale, we'll lengthen. So again, the ball can just travel from the back to in between the legs if you wish to use the ball, or just keep it there. And again, we exhale, so you can squeeze the ball. We inhale, lengthen. If you feel you need it behind your spine, just please use the ball. And exhale, scoop, inhale, lengthen. Good. And again, exhale, scoop, inhale, lengthen, maybe sending your arms up. And again, exhale. And inhale. Keeping that fist size, grab the chin, the chest. And exhale. And a few more. Inhale. And exhale. Squeeze in the ball if you have it in between the legs. And inhale. And one more exhale. Inhale. And then we slowly release your arms down. Give it a little bit of a shake. And then again, the ball you can just lose the ball. You can pop the ball behind your spine, or you can keep the ball between the legs here. So we're going to come back into neutral. Zipping, tucking, finding that seat of yours. And then as we exhale, we squeeze the ball, rolling over the sitting bones. We send your arms over to the right. Right arm can move towards the back of the mat, and then we sweep them back to the front. We do the same over to the left. Exhale and inhale. So if you are using the ball, just give it a little bit of a squeeze. Send your arm towards the back of the mat. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, left. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, right. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, left. Lengthen. Two more. Slowly open. And lengthen. One more. Exhale. Inhale. Releasing your arms down. Pick out the ball. You can lose the ball. You can stretch your arms from here. You can offer it a little bit of a different stretch. Again, just whichever works for you. Maybe feel free to offload your spine a little bit and then just rock your knees from side to side. Good, and then coming back into the center, and then the ball can come behind your spine again if you need it. If you don't. Rolling the shoulders back and down, we send your left arm up. So you're going to work with the right leg and left arm. Yeah. So option one, we exhale, same as you've done before. Well, it's not really the same. So we'll let your hip come into external rotation. We're going to tap the inner leg on the right. And then inhale, you're going to come back up. So left leg stays the same. So it's an exhale and inhale. Yeah. If you would like to add on to it, you can lift your right foot off of the mat, external rotating, and then inhale, bringing everything back into neutral. So you start from neutral, we add external right external rotation, and then we lengthen. Good, and continue, and exhale. Inhale, your right hand can stay on the mat, your right hand can support your leg, or you can keep both feet on the mat. Okay, and again, exhale, and inhale. Two more. Slowly tap across and lengthen, and one more, tap across, lengthen, and then slowly release. The same on the other side. So right arm up. Option is to keep both feet on the mat, so just let your left knee, and inhale, lengthen, exhale, and inhale, and again exhale, inhale, continue, and exhale, rolling over the sitting bone, so it's inside, internal, external rotation, and exhale, inhale, and a few more, 3, lengthen, 2, lengthen, and 1, lengthen. Slowly releasing your arms down, and then we're going to come down onto your mat. So if you have spine on the mat, if you have anything you use as a head support, you can take that, something, maybe it's a blanket or a prop. To message my child. So come down onto your spine, knees and feet forward, planting your feet onto the mat. And again, so same as what you would normally do. You can close your eyes and then just maybe wiggle your shoulders up, maybe wiggle your pelvis down, and then just establish a nice and strong, safe, very controlled space here. We're drawing your ribs towards the back of the body, and then start from pulling those ribs in, and then we pull your belly button down towards the spine, keeping your tailbone on the mat. Just stay in here and then just make sure that you are in the right neutral position. Squeeze your glutes a little bit, press your feet into the mat, and if you feel your knees, and if you know your knees have a tendency to collapse or externally rotate, have a ball or a block on there, okay? So you're just basically making sure that the knees are in the right place. From here, we send the arms over the head. And then on the next exhale, chin comes towards your chest, and then we're gonna take it halfway up. So slowly coming halfway up. Inhale, pause, we pulse on 3, 2, 1, and then slowly down. Also just making sure the abdominals are not bulging, so you're consciously kind of like sucking them in towards the back of the body. And then exhale, hold, inhale, exhale, we pulse on 3, 2, 1, inhale and slowly down and over. And a couple more, exhale, inhale, hold, pulse on 3, 2, 1, and then slowly down, over. And a couple more, exhale, pause, 3, 1, 2, 3, slowly down and over. And 2 more, exhale, pause, inhale, exhale, 3, 2, 1, nearly choked, and over. And 1 more, exhale, pause, and 3, 2, 1, and then slowly coming down, and then we hug your right knee into chest, and then slowly releasing your arms to where they were before, and then the left knee, and inhale over, right knee, and over, good, and left, and over, and 2 more, right, and over, and left, and over, good. And from here, bringing your right leg into tabletop, and also making sure we have space in there. Tabletop, pushing that leg slightly away from you. Knee and hip aligned and knee and ankle aligned. So maybe pop your hand onto that left hip and then just push it slightly down so that you are not rocking from side to side. Good. And from there, we're going to bring your hands behind your head. And then when your elbows are pointing forward, we tap the foot down, elbows forward, inhale, slowly down and out. And again, exhale and inhale. And exhale and inhale. And again, exhale and inhale. 4 more. 4. Just tap that foot down. You don't need to change the position of the leg. And 3. And inhale. And 2. And 1. And then slowly down, releasing your elbows out. Maybe just let your knees and again pelvis away from side to side, which is the same on the left. So knee, ankle and your hip aligned. Push that leg slightly away from you. Zip, pull. Again, watching your abdominals, spine and everything else. And then we exhale, elbows forward, we tap. We inhale, slowly going down and releasing your elbows out. And 7 more. Exhale. And inhale. And continue. Exhale. And inhale. Exhale. and inhale, and again exhale, inhale. 4 more. 4, and open. 3, and 2. Good, and the last one. And then slowly release. And again, if you wish to add a little bit of swaying from here, you can. If not, it's up to you. And then we're going to add onto it. So if you wish to stay where I'm doing the same one leg option at a time, I'm gonna come into curl. So you're gonna tap down with the right on 8, and then we swap and you tap down with the left on 8. Okay. If you are ready to take it into tabletop on both legs, we take it into tabletop. Drop your feet, point your toes, push your legs away from you so you feel a little bit more engagement here. Pull, pull, draw. Up into curl, and then maybe you just want to stay there. Or maybe we can tap, even half tap, so they don't need to go all the way down. Exhale, inhale, that's 1. Exhale, inhale, exhale, 2. So right foot, left foot, right foot, left foot, that's 4. Right, inhale, left, 5, right, 6, strong abdominals, and 7, good, and 8, and then slowly hug your knees into chest, then just gently rocking from side to side. Pop your feet onto the mat, and then just gently rocking your knees from side to side. Good, and then we're going to do the same movement as we've done from seated. So if you bring your left arm over the head, so it's going to be right leg, left arm. So you can either let your left knee roll out to the side and we tap across, you don't have to tap the leg, and then slowly over. You can add a little bit of a curl and then slowly over. Or we can send your right leg into external rotation and then inhale, back into neutral. Yeah. So you're gonna go out and lengthen. And exhale and inhale. So one leg, so it's opposite arm to leg, pelvis stays level. Inhale. Good. And 4 and 3, 2 and 1. And then slowly release, and then we do the same on the other side, so it's opposite arm to leg, depending on which side you have been doing. Again, maybe just gently letting your knee drop, or maybe lift, external rotate, and then inhale, lengthen. You can always support your head with your non-working arm. And exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale. 4 more. 4 and 3 and 2. Good. And the last one. Exhale and an inhale. Good. And from here again, just any stretch of the choice. Maybe rock them from side to side, maybe hug them into chest, maybe just hug them into chest and rock from side to side or back and forward, and then slowly bringing your feet back onto the mat with the knees and feet facing forward, shoulders dropped, and then we're going to take your legs back into tabletop, and then we're going to add the arms. So if you bring the arms above your head, above your chest, not the head, chest. And then you can go just the legs, and then maybe just keep your arms as the arm, or maybe it's opposite arm to leg, sending it just over the head. maybe we can extend your leg and extend your arm at the same time. Yeah, so just nice and controlled. Consciously breathe in your abdominals in towards the chest, and towards the chest, and towards the spine, and lengthen, and again lengthen. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Beautiful. And 4 and 3 and 2. Good. And 1. Good. And then hugging your knees into chest. We're going to add on to it. So again, you can follow what you've done before. Maybe little taps, maybe half taps, maybe hold, maybe from there, maybe straight legs. We're going to pulse now. So whichever option you're taking, opposite arm to leg, we pulse it on 2 on 1, 2, center. And again 1, 2, come back through to the center. And continuing. And center. And again, pulse, pulse, center. And again, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale. 4 more. Pulse, pulse, point your toes, lock your knees. And pulse, pulse, center, 2 more. Pulse, pulse, center. And 1 more. Pulse, pulse, center. Hug your knees into chest. Pop your feet onto the mat, and then maybe just go a little bit wider with the feet and legs, and then just let your knees rock to one side, head over to the opposite side. So give your spine a chance to offload a little bit. Maybe add a little bit of a stretch here with the arms of the head. And then we do the same over to the other side. So maybe just draw your knees over to one side, head over to the opposite side. Beautiful. And then coming back into the center, and then we're going to take it onto the side, and then we're going to take a side plank. We're going to do 2 side planks of half a minute each. If you've got any shoulder issues, don't lift your hips and then just hug into the midline, or maybe just hug into the midline, keeping your arm up. Maybe lift your hip, maybe extend your leg, maybe extend both legs. Okay, so options are unlimited. I'm going to time you, so we're going to do half a minute. If you have something you can put underneath your forearm, I would do that because it's not very comfortable. And whenever we're ready, we start in 3, 2, 1, and up. Hugging into the midline, arm up. Whichever position you choose for the legs, it's up to you. As long as your hips are stuck on top of each other, as long as you're hugging into that midline, as long as your chest is open so you're not collapsed. Nice gap between your ears and the shoulders, and head stays level with the neck. I think I've mentioned everything. Oh, almost there now. By the time I talked. 2, 1, and down. Good. That was your first one. Take a little bit of rest. Roll out your shoulder. We start in 5 seconds. Ready, steady, and up. And again, reaching up and slightly towards the back of the mat. Hug, zip. Make sure that you're not externally rotating from the top hip. Almost there. Very good for the health of your lower back. Very good for your core strength. Very good for your pelvis. 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1, and for the pelvic stability and alignment. Oh, and then we move over to the other side. So again, just be mindful if you've got bad shoulders injuries, or you're just not comfortable going all the way up, just pause and hold it here, or just choose a different option. We start in 3, 2, 1, and up. And also bearing in mind that one side is also feeling a little bit different from the other side. Maybe you'll feel you can go a little bit longer on this side. Maybe it's gonna feel a little bit tighter. If you want to add some a little bit of a challenge, you can always lift your leg. You can do some funky shapes. And 3, 2, 1, and down. Come on, watch you go. Five seconds till the start. And up. Hold it, hold it. Almost there. Smiling. Breathe in. 3, 2, 1, and down. Oh. And then slowly coming back into the center, just give them a shake. Give your arms a little bit of a stretch. And then we're going to come onto all fours. Zip, pull, so just pulling your ribs in, drawing everything in. So spine is really nice and strong, so it's like a table. So you can basically serve your meal from there, and there should be no movement coming from the spine. And then once you are there, draw your shoulders away from the ears, head level with the neck, gap between your hands, gap between the knees. Very important, you're not going to have any balance if you're going to squeeze your legs together. Okay, and from there we're going to slide your right hand forward. You're going to slide your left foot back. So you should still have the same table, okay? So you should still have your meal on top of the table. And then we'll lift your right arm. Pause on 4, 3, 2, you can make a fist, 1, slide your hand back, slide your knee back. 1 round of cat cows, round your spine, nice and slow there. Inhale, arch in the spine. Good, and then coming back into the same nice and strong table. Left hand sliding forward, right leg sliding forward. Checking that you are still maintaining the same alignment. Lift your arm, maybe making a fist. Imagine somebody's pulling you forward. We'll hold it on 4, 3, 2, 1, hand down and knee down. We're going to do it one more time on each side. 1 round of cat cow, round your spine, belly button gaze, inhale, looking towards the front of the mat, pushing the butts away from you, strong stance, right hand, left leg. Now if you wish to add your leg, you can, just an inch or 2 off of the mat, okay? And the arm, same strong table on 4, 3, 2, 1, hand on the mat, knee on the mat, 1 round of cat cow, round your spine, arch your spine. Good. And then the same on the other side, pull, zip, and then left hand forward, right foot back. Find your strong stance here, and then if you elevate, flex your foot, couple of inches elevation, we hold it on 4, 3, 2, 1, hand on the mat, knee on the mat. Then we sit all the way back, bringing the back of your hands onto the mat. Maybe just give them a little bit of a rolling out, a little bit of a shake. You can walk your hands over to one side. Then we can walk your hands over to the other side. And then coming back into the center. Maybe just add a little bit of a stretch from here, maybe rocking back and forward just a few times. So just a little bit of added movement to the spine. Good. And then we're gonna come into kneeling. If you need to support your knees, please do that. So a little bit of a tuck, scoop. So always making sure that your hip flexors are staying above your knees, so you're not there. You've got nice open hip flexors. The more you can squeeze your glutes, the more you kind of push into your push just to keep your hips hip flexors open. You can tuck it toes under, you can untuck again, whichever adds a little bit more stability. Scoop, squeeze your glutes, and then we send your right arm up. Lengthen, 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 scooping and squeezing, and then we're gonna send your arm towards the back of the mat. Asymmetrical back extension with your hips staying above the knees. Send your arm up, we'll bring your arm down. We do the same on the left. So it's inhale, exhale. Doesn't need to be a huge movement. Inhale, lengthen, exhale down. Asymmetrical back bends are really good for you because they stretch you. Not the stretch and help with your back extension, not of the whole spine, but just half of the spine. So it makes it easier for the spine to come into an extension from there, okay? And again, inhale, exhale. And they also add a little bit of a different movement to the spine. So instead of your normal back extension when we involve the whole spine, just adds a little bit of a different movement, just a little bit of a different pattern of the movement for the spine, which is also good for the spine. Do 2 more times. Lift and exhale. Inhale, release, and one more left. Just moving, and exhale. Inhale, good. And from here, bring your hands just above your knees. You can untuck your toes if you want to, or tuck them under. And then couple of cat cows from here. So round your spine gently and gently and gently and gently. And then gently arch your spine. Good. And one more. Nice and gentle rounding of the spine. And then nice and gentle arching of the spine. We'll pop your hands onto the mat, and then we're getting ready for your plank. So again, whichever plank you choose to do, forearms, straight arms if you've had, if your wrists are quite tired from doing all those bird dog Superman, you can go forearms. We've got 1 minute of a plank, starting in 3, 2, 1, and up we go. Scoop, shift your weight slightly forward, pushing the mats away from you. Again, it's the same table, so we're drawing everything towards the back of the body. You can add artificial cough if you need to re-brace your abdominals, or laugh. There's something funny there. And if you wish to, oops, haven't started the timer. Well, we'll just assume you're halfway through. Sometimes it happens, but let's just assume you've got 20 seconds to go. Many years ago, I read the statement that you should never assume, because you make an ass of you and me. So every time I say that word, I always remember that. And 2, 1, and stop. Good. And then just come into quick stretch. You can walk your hands over to one side, over to the other side. And then if you wish to come and do some cat cows, you can. If you wish to do some down dog, you can. So just whichever stretches you a little bit more. So whichever gives better stretch for the spine, arms and legs. Lengthen, lengthen, inhale. Or maybe just stay and do your cat cows or any other spinal stretches, okay? You don't need to be in a down dog. And then starting to slowly come back into standing, maybe walking your hands towards your knees or feet, or the other way around. And then slowly, slowly, slowly coming back towards nice upright stance. Give them a little bit of a shake. Take your arms up, and then a big exhale over to the right, and a big sweep over to the left and up. And then left, sweep, lengthen, bringing your arms halfway down, squeezing into the shoulder blades. Giving yourselves a big hug, pat, clap, thank you, plie, plie,